everybody, and welcome to the 500th goddamn episode of Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac, especially Wrath of the Lamb edition. Now, I don't have anything in particular planned. This is not a 500 episode special or anything like that, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention right off the top of this that I owe a huge debt of gratitude to all of you who have shown support for this series over the past year and a half now, I guess is the point that we're at, which is kind of crazy to me. It's undoubtedly true to me that if it were not for the support you guys showed me on the Isaac series, I would not be in the position that I am today. I wouldn't be able to do this full time. I wouldn't be able to basically live my silly dream of playing videos or playing games for the internet, and I do owe you guys a huge thanks for that and for making that happen. Now, this all being said, this is kind of a special run because it's one of the more ambitious runs we've ever done. You know, I love the runs like Alphabet Soup and, you know, the letter ones where I have to, you know, create a sequence or a serpentine style of chain of items, basically, where, you know, if I get Yum Heart, then I have to take the nail or something. Anyway, I'm probably rambling incessantly here. Basically, we're going to play as Isaac, so let's get started here. But I have a random number generator, and Dennis Vishers emailed me. I don't know if that name is significant to you. It's significant to me because he emailed me a list of items, a numbered list, alphabetically. So now I'm going to be using a random number generator through random.org, and if I bring this up here, you might be able to see that I have this Word document where I have 196 items all listed here. So every floor we're going to generate 2 random items when we leave, and that's going to basically substitute for the item room and the boss room. Now, this should functionally be pretty similar to a vanilla run, but I'm interested to see how this works out. I'll show you the random number generator once we finish this floor. I have no idea how this is going to work out, but I know you guys like the random runs, and I like them as well. And this is certainly the most ambitious one that I think I've ever done. And I owe a huge thanks, by the way, to Dennis for sending me the list of items, especially like alphabetized and numbered. Otherwise, this run would not exist because that would have been way too much effort for me to actually do myself. So everyone, extend a big, you know, heartfelt handshake to him for that. Now, let's stop getting sappy. Let's just start playing some Isaac again. Just final words again, thank you, because I basically, you know, you might be thanking me for the Isaac videos. That's not the way that thanks chain should go. You know, I should be thanking you for your support on them, and you know, that's what I'm doing right now. But in any case, let's get started here. Again, as I mentioned, you know, obviously the conditions are we can't go to the item room, we can't take the boss room or anything, or boss room item or anything like that. But you know, we have to think that this is going to be pretty similar to a standard run because we're going to be getting 2 items per floor. The only difference is they're going to be randomized. So let's start here. I'm going to get random.org up here. Hopefully that didn't F things up any. So you can see I'm generating 1 random integer from between 1 and 196. Let's get our number. The number is 117. Now we go to our list. 117 is Rainbow Baby. You know what? I'm okay with that. So we'll bring Isaac back up. Then we will bring Cheat Engine back up, and we will add Rainbow Baby. This is going to be the kind of run that may have a lot of, you know, downtime. Some time that we're not fighting. And, you know, let's get our second item now before I forget. So 2 items per floor, 1 to approximate the boss room item and 1 to approximate the item room item. So again, we'll get random.org to pop up here, and then we will flip it again, and we get 17 this time, which is going to be all the way up here. Bomb Bag. Not a bad series of items for the first floor. Also, it's only in the B's on Cheat Engine, which makes things easy for me. No, not the bees. They're in my eyes. They're in my eyes, etc., etc. And I noticed the frame rate is like, why are you doing this to me? You've got too many applications open. Anyway, we're headed down to the next floor. The thing that I'm worried about on this run is getting a good spacebar item and then having to give it up straight away. But, you know, I really can't complain about Bomb Bag and Rainbow Baby on the first floor. It's not gonna, you know, it's not a combination capable of winning us the game, but it is a combination capable of giving us a better chance to win the game, perhaps. I don't really care about the thumbtack, so I'm going to leave that there, lest I, you know, accidentally forsake some conditions of the challenge run. Now, people might be thinking this is imbalanced, because normally when I do a run like this, I make it so I can only take 1 item per floor, but the difference is on those runs, I actually had, like, some element of control in what item I took. You know, I'd have to take any item that started with T, but I could choose which item starting with T that I actually wanted to take. That is not the case in this situation, obviously. Oh, that was not great, but in this situation, I'm obviously 100% stuck with whatever the game gives me, and I'm excited by that, but also a little bit aroused, but largely scared. So, everything else is the same. You know, I can get this chest if I want to. I could use a bomb to do that. I have, you know, that kind of autonomy. We'll see if that works out for me, because I'm actually a little bit worried about my health. I really do not want to have to set up this challenge run again from the start and go through that sappy intro again, although, you know, my appreciation was genuine. Yeah, we have a lot of money here. We could play this one of two ways. We could say, you know, the shop is going to function on the same principles that the shop always functions on, where, you know, we can independently buy whatever we want, or we could just say no shops. And I'm going to go with no shops just to simplify things a little bit. There we go. A little bit of extra health goes a long way. Now, just don't get shot by the fire. So I might want to just shoot that before I actually, you know, end up hurting myself. And we'll back up a little bit. I don't know if that paid out that well for us, but that's okay. There's our boss room. This should be fairly easy, and I'm hoping we get some solid items to finish this out. This might actually be imbalanced in the favor of the game, honestly, because we're probably more unlikely than usual to get HP upgrades, if that makes sense. This pill worries me a lot, so I'm not going to take it. But what I mean by that is, normally when you fight a boss, there's probably like oh, we get spirit hearts here if we succeed and don't die, which actually might be kind of a long shot. Oh, that's not good. Normally when you fight a boss, there's what, like a 1 in 3 chance that you're going to get HP upgrades, which is a pretty significant kind of boon to you, especially when you first get started here. Be careful. But now there's probably less, because less than 1 in 3 items in the game in a true random sense is an HP upgrade. Like I said, we just got an HP upgrade right there. Alright, now it's back to the drawing board. We're going to get random.org up here, and we're going to refresh. The number is 133. 133 is Skatole, which is the fly love item. Well, it's very rare that we get that. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that, but you know, I guess that will protect us from flies in the future. Maybe if we get something like brimstone, that'll be beneficial for us, because flies will not hurt us anymore. And then we'll just turn this off, and we'll go back to random.org, which will spit out another item, which is hopefully a little bit better than that. This one is 45. So that should be in the first half of the alphabet, for sure. 45 is Doctor's Remote. Alright, interesting. Am I psyched about that? Basically 0%, but it does give me something, I guess. Hopefully we'll get a better spacebar item at some point in the future. I think that the obvious condition here is that I should not be able to skip over an item. Like, if I have Doctor's Remote now and it gives me the poop, I'm sorry, Northern Lion, you're stuck with the poop. This is what you get for not doing a real 500 subscriber special, or 500 subscriber special. Not to belittle 500 subscribers, that's a significant number. I remember celebrating when I got 500 subscribers. I just did it alone with my pants off in my room. So we're on Curse of the Labyrinth here. So on this one, we'll actually give ourselves 4 items when we finish the floor. Is it just me? These laser bullet flies seem way slower than normal. I don't know if that's due to maybe Skatole causes weird interactions that makes these guys not move as quickly. Because I'm still moving. I realize the frame rate might be taking a hit, but I'm still moving at a pretty standard pace here. So I do what up with that, basically, is what I'm getting at. Now, this is a room where I could hurt myself. I really need some HP upgrades. I'm worrying that we're not going to get some. Because again, it's unlikely that we're going to get nearly as many as you would normally get on a run. The game is balanced in such a way, you know, that, you know, you get a certain number of HP upgrades, and that the game is tailored to play to that. I'm just rambling, I guess, at this point. Now, what I'm trying to say is, you know, the game, by the third set of floors, like the Depths and Necropolis, expects you to have a certain amount of health in order to succeed. You know, it is tailored difficulty-wise to kind of milk your health a little bit. That's actually good that we got a Spirit Heart there, but you know, it spits out HP upgrades accordingly, whereas in this run, it does not. Well, these 2 pills are the same, so this is high risk, high reward. Friends till the end? It's not bad. It's better than getting a stats down, which is what I was really concerned about there for the most part. And this is a fairly easy room. We'll probably save the other friends till the end. Oh, this is a different pill. I didn't even realize. That's scary. I found pills and ate them. Alright, well, not really much of a benefit there. I am obviously saving Doctor's Remote for our boss fight. I don't really like Doctor's Remote. It's like a substantially worse version of Epic Fetus. But at the very least, it's better than the D6 that we can't use. So I think that works out in our favor. Now, this looks to me to be double dead ends up here. Double DEs. And I wish I hadn't gone to this room, but I think due to Skatole, those double flies actually can't hurt me, although they certainly glow red like they want my blood. Not my blood, to quote Michael A. Fox, and also, I guess, Tim Robbins originally, but we will come down and to the right here. I really like this run a lot because it's the opposite of a pure run. Like, instead of putting all of our faith in like our skills, like something like the purist, we're essentially throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know what, we're gonna let randomness decide if we're gonna have any chance at all of victory. So, you know, Skatole, now that I think about it, is actually not so bad because I normally do take some damage from flies. Please just be a good pill, be a health upgrade. Oh my god, it actually was. I mean, that doesn't mean anything as long as we don't have the actual consumable red hearts to play into it, but the fact that we have a health upgrade pill in our rotation is really solid, actually. On this run, I'd say it's going to be a little bit more difficult than average. If we end up beating Mom, I would say that I'm happy with this overall. But you know, who knows? Maybe this will be the run where I end up beating Isaac and Blue Baby for the first time in quite some time, actually, unfortunately. So, human popcorns are definitely low priority for me here. We need health, but we also need some way to improve our damage. Like, our damage is obviously, you know, entirely focused on Rainbow Baby at this point, but we're probably more likely than average, or more likely than a vanilla run, to get a damage upgrade, which is cool. You know, I'm psyched about that. The opportunity to get, you know, a Mom's Knife or a Polyphemus or something like that, perhaps with more reliability than we normally would, is A-okay with me. So I don't think these flies can hurt me regardless, but I'm going to shoot them because why not, basically? Who wants to take a chance on that? And we've got to be getting fairly close to our boss room. If we're not, then I got to ask what's up. The other thing, of course, is map and compass would be totally viable. How awesome would it be if I got map and compass on the same floor? I mean, we are going to give ourselves 4 items here, but I was thinking more like a 2-item, just like perfect Kismet situation or something like that. Like a serendipitous map and compass at the same time, as if the game knew. Which it probably does by this point, which items I like and which ones I don't. Now, I would love to be able to fly and pick up that Spirit Heart. We have reached an interesting kind of not pseudo-dead end. We're off the map here, so I'm assuming, you know, we can't go too much further downwards, obviously. Please be a Spirit Heart dropper. He dropped a key. You know, that's cool as well. I don't know what we'll use those for. Are golden chests allowed? Good question. I am unaware of the answer to that. We're getting crazy money drops. That's like the second run in a row where money has been just like flying off the chain here. And it's looking like this might be a dead end as well, which is really unfortunate because this has been a long floor. Long floor is long, as they say. Well, no, as I say, I suppose. Now, this is a moment of truth here. I will only be able to use Doctor's Remote on one of these bosses, that's for sure. I might even miss, especially if it's something like a Peep, which will, you know, pop up and jump and make it difficult for me to hit. The fact that the grandfather flies are not shooting me is actually a big bonus, but I guess after we beat one boss, we'll get 2 items, and after we beat the second boss, we'll get another 2 items. Let's do it like that, because otherwise the second boss might be far too difficult, or, you know, you never know, basically. Chubb has a lot of HP, but I also have a lot of bombs. You know what, let's do this on Chubb. That did like 10% of his total health. I don't feel great about that. He did eat the bomb there. Oh! And then they eat the poo-poo. We're going to throw this in, and he ate it again. You know, using a couple bombs to make this happen seems A-okay by me. So we'll get 2 items after defeating Chubb, just to break it up a little bit. I would kind of like to get that Jesus Juice, but we can't, so let's not worry about it too much. Random.org, again, 109. It might be in closer to the middle of the map now. 109 is going to be Pageant Boy. Ooh, that is not the ideal course of action there, I would say. Or not the ideal item that we could get. So we'll walk out with Pageant Boy, and then we will disable Cheat Engine and reroll again, essentially. So first item, basically totally worthless for us because I'm forsaking shops here. Our second item by way of random.org. 79 is going to be Magic Mushroom, which is an all stats upgrade. That's actually awesome. So, you know, fair trade, I would say. Let's not think of it as one bad item and one great item. Let's think of it as 2 okay items. That makes me feel better about things. Then we'll have 1 more boss fight, and then we'll add 2 more items, basically. This also took us back to full health, which is real important. But anyway, let's exit here. And we will now go and fight whoever our boss is. Which is Gertie. So, you know, I probably would have been better off using Doctor's Remote to fight Gertie. But the good news is that Gertie creates a lot of flies, usually, and we will not be suspect to the tyranny of those flies by way of Skatole. I expect this will be a fairly easy boss fight, or easy-ish at least. Why was there never, like, an easy-ish E? Like, an easy E rapper, but one that made his lyrics perhaps a little bit softer for the more residential crowd, shall we say? I don't know, that probably would have been a terrible business idea and would have ruined any street cred he had. But in any case, what am I even talking about at this point? This is the kind of commentary that hopefully you've come to know and love, otherwise why the hell are you here? 500 episodes deep. You know, there's a deal with the devil, we're going to ignore that though, and go back to random.org. This has been a very strange run so far for items. 195, that's almost at the end. That might be X-ray goggles, actually, if I had to think about it. 195 is X-ray vision. Alright, I should get like an extra item just for being lucky and guessing it there. But I knew that 196 was Yumheart, because Yumheart's the last item in the game. So I was like, what comes before Y? X, Y, Z. We actually say X, Y, Z in Canada. Americans find that very hard to believe, because it doesn't rhyme with the song. I don't know, I guess Canadians kind of lampshade their Z-ness. That might be a British thing as well, I'm not 100% sure. So, we're going back to random.org here, and 116 is going to be Rage, Bloody Lust. That's two pretty good items here. I mean, X-Ray Vision's not great, I guess, but Rage, Bloody Lust. So, at least we got some damage upgrades that I'm psyched about. But are we strong enough to beat the game? I don't know, but we are, you know, we got 3 pretty decent items here that might make our chances improved overall. Let's head down to the next floor, and, you know, hopefully it's not a double floor. I think we actually did get the, it is a double floor, and it's Necropolis, so, you know, we'll see. There's our secret room right off the bat. Alright, well, greed can go fuck itself, basically. This is gonna be very interesting. I thought we actually had Curse of the... Oh, we have Curse of the Labyrinth, right? I was like, I thought we had Curse of Darkness and Curse of the Labyrinth, which I don't think is possible. I hope it's not possible anyway. Bloody Lust is going to go a long way towards helping us out, and remember, we will be able to get 2 items before this Mom boss fight. I think we might be strong enough to succeed, but I kind of, you know, before I did this run, I had visions in my head of like, oh yeah, Mom's Knife, Polyphemus, Quad Shot, no questions asked, but it's not the way it's turned out so far. We've gotten a very balanced run here, in fact, more balanced than a lot of cheat engine runs have been. And again, I'm not sure why the frame rate is okay, but the flies are moving really slowly. That might be a weird Scatole, or Scatoli, I don't know how to pronounce it actually, kind of interaction. Like, even these bomb flies are now, I mean, they chase me down, they move really quickly, but when they're flying normally, they seem to be moving really slowly. Who knows, man? The Hermit card, I mean, it allows us to go to the shop, but is that really all that useful right now? Oh, I'm going to take a lot of damage here. In fact, I am a little bit worried for my overall health here, to be honest with you. Oh, god damn it. This is not good for me at all. I've lost a lot of health. I should have just used the Hermit card to teleport out, but it's possible. You know, we might need to cross this bridge of beating this level at some point anyway. Thank God we got some Spirit Hearts there to allow us to move onwards, and apparently we didn't. I should really use Doctor's Remote more often, just to simplify things. Oh, I still got hit because I was aiming Doctor's Remote when I should have been dodging. But at the very least, did this save us a little bit of damage? That's the only question I need to ask myself. We can use Doctor's Remote once every 4 rooms, so I should really start using it more often. This would have been a good candidate for it as well. Seriously, just survive, man. If I just manage to make it to Mom, that'll be okay. Otherwise, like, I hate losing runs like this. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because it's almost like we just got screwed by not the random number generator, but by kind of randomly getting an alternate floor like Necropolis instead of getting the depths, because the depths would have been fine. In all likelihood, at least. But Necropolis is, again, substantially harder. So let's see if there's the health in here that I can pick up. We can at least make ourselves a little bit more likely to survive. In fact, we will be able to get back to full health. Basically, just bum rushing the boss room at this point, whatever direction it's in. I'm glad we found a dead end there. Simplifies things just a little. And we'll come up and to the left here. Hopefully this is it right here. We might get lucky. I mean, we still probably have a ton of rooms to go to. And I'm really hoping we fight regular Mom. Red Mom's easy enough, don't get me wrong, but I'm hoping we fight regular Mom so that we can build up rage on our crowd control measures, basically, thus allowing us to, what should I say, allowing us to, I guess, just increase the rate at which we'll kill her, I guess, closer to the end of the fight. Anyway, that's probably, it goes without saying at this point. I probably say that every time that I get rage, so you should be used to it. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a randomized mage. I tried, but, you know, hopefully Billy Corgan doesn't sue me, or doesn't try to invite me to play bingo at his weird Chicago coffee house. Not that there's anything wrong with bingo, don't get me wrong. This is still not a dead end, which gives me hope, but also at the same time, being realistic, I doubt we're likely to find the boss rooms down here, but if we do, you know, big bonuses all around. Great work, team. This bomb fly could be a big asset. Actually, it was. Better a big asset than a big asshole. That's what Mom always told me. We have another... Oh, the neutral flies. The neutral flies can't hurt me, though, so I should just relax. Maybe the white ones can, but after I free them, they can't, I think. So let's just leave instead. Oh my god, we got super lucky. We did find the boss rooms. Just don't die on the way here and on this room. This actually should be easier than the average heart mask room, because we do have the just pure openness here, so I should be able to dodge like really effectively. But we got to kill some of these things first if we're ever gonna simplify this room at all. So again, we'll do the same thing we did last floor, where if I kill the first boss, then we'll get 2 items, and then we'll work from there. Of course it's Mask of Infamy, so I'm definitely going to use Doctor's Remote, but I'm going to wait to do it until the mask is actually procced, until I've killed the heart, because that is going to save me a lot of trouble. And watch us fight like Blue Mom now, just to give us the hardest necropolis we possibly can. This has been a hard floor. I'm lucky that I found the boss room as soon as I did, but still, this is not going to be easy. So we're just going to put ourselves as far away from this guy as we can, and then when I get a chance, we'll aim this. Okay, did that do a lot of damage? Kind of impossible to say. It's not going to be easy to hit this guy with bombs, as you can see. But if I can, that is awesome. So if I could get him to come over here. No. Any second now. That one's going to be good. Oh, come on. I mean, I need these bombs for Mom's heart as well, but, you know, I need to first survive Mom. There we go. It's another one. And, oh, there we go. Okay, that actually worked really well. I'm very surprised that we ended up surviving that, to be honest with you. So, random.org, again, 1. Is that like $1? I'm trying to think of what the first... Oh, 1 up! Hey, it's okay. Apparently, the first item is actually 0, undefined, nothing, but let's not go with that. 1 up, sure, that's... You know, gives us at least a second crack at life if we end up surviving. Or if we end up dying, I should say. And then random.org again. It's going to give us 132. Could that be in the P's? Nope. It is Sister Maggie. Not terrible, but again, is that going to guarantee us any kind of success? No, but we are still alive, somewhat amazingly. I think it's the power of episode 500 that's allowing me to not die, despite not having items that I would traditionally consider worthwhile or necessary. So, we are going to continue upwards now to fight Mom, and we will take the Polaroid with us on the off chance we actually manage to, you know, get to the chest, which I think at this point is pretty unlikely, but, you know, one good spell of random number generation could really help us out on that front. So we are building up a nice little rage meter here. Is important, especially every time Mom creates flies. That is A-okay by me, because they can't hurt us, and they die very easily, which... That was almost terrible damage there. They can't hurt me, and they die very easily, which is like the perfect storm of allowing me to kill Mom. We're going to succeed here. Much, and I was going to say much to my chagrin, but it's actually much to my surprise. Not chagrin, I'm glad this run continues to keep rolling onwards here like a Fred Durst track, but seriously. So first things first, take the Polaroid, and then we have to give ourselves 2 items, but it's going to be weird because we can't actually exit this room. I guess we could use the Hermit, but let's not go crazy. Oh, that's not the right... There's random.org, it's up there now. Okay, so again... 153, so we're getting closer to the end again. That is going to be the bean, so we are going to lose Doctor's Remote in favor of the bean, which, to be quite honest with you, is a trade that I don't feel too bad about making. I think the bean is maybe better. At the very least, it's going to be more active, shall we say. So, let's go to the secret room, because if this has money, then I can do things the old-fashioned way. So we got the bean already. Now we will re-roll. This keeps me from Zeldaing something above my head later. And 125, which is going to be SMB Superfan. Again, another all-stats upgrade. So, that is SMB Superfan right there. Okay, I don't know if abbreviations are supposed to be higher in alphabetical order. That's a little weird. Alright, so we have SMB Superfan. That's a sweet upgrade. We've got good base damage now, hopefully, but will we survive long enough to make good use of it? I don't know, man. But the bean, interesting upgrade at the very least. It's gonna allow us to get real weird with things, if nothing else. Now, I have a nice little... I have decent DPS, to be quite honest with you, between the base damage from SMB Superfan, my half-decent rate of fire, I suppose. At least I poisoned one of them. Oh, shit, but I'm getting my ass kicked. I would not be surprised if we find ourselves dying pretty quickly. But also the other thing is my familiars are allowing me to do some pretty decent damage. But overall, this has been the most ambitious challenge run I've ever done by far. The idea that I could do a challenge run... Oh, the second secret room is great because it could actually contain just a bunch of red hearts, which would allow me to survive this floor. But yeah, there's like 7 interacting, moving parts here that are subsisting or allowing this challenge run to continue. And by that I mean like the actual mechanical side of it, like random.org is here and it's actually working, my internet's not down, cheat engine is working, I don't accidentally get Bob's Rotten Head, which I believe freezes cheat engine. If I do, I'll just re-roll that because That and the Parasite are ones that we just can't take because it will break cheat engine. So I'll have to break character for that, I suppose. And the Bean is proven interesting at the very least. It's not super strong, but it is allowing me to get some interesting stuff done. Why not just use the Hermit card? And yeah, that saved us a little bit of time at least. Whenever these guys get close enough to warrant it, I'm going to pop the Bean like I just did, and hopefully that'll allow me to kill these guys, or at the very least whittle them down a little bit. If we end up winning the run with the kind of items that we have right now, this would be very shocking to me, shall we say, because this is a traditionally pretty non-powerful run that we've got going on here. I can't believe this guy's still alive. There was money in the item room, but it's kind of unnecessary because, again, I've eschewed money over the course of this run. So, I can't believe I still got hit there. I really should not have. I handled that room fairly well, except with that one exception, which is, you know, potentially fatal. We could just fart on this dude, and he'll probably just die. Eventually. There we go. And we got another penny, which is not going to be useful. I'm really banking on, A, getting to that boss room, but B, the boss in question not being difficult. That's going to be a big player in our success. Or just dropping a lot. Oh, no, I'm too slow. Okay, I managed to make it away. That was surprising to me, but we're still here. We might not be here much longer, but for now, I guess I can't really complain. We did manage to poison 3 of those Diglets, which should allow me to do some really quick kind of crowd control here because they won't be able to take too much damage without dying. I'm stressing this. I'm overstressing this probably, but I really have to say that I can't believe we're still alive. Oh my god, Troll Bomb is actually going to hit me there. That could be incredibly damaging. What is up with that bad luck that we got from that, like, 2 Troll Bombs in 3 rooms? Hey, but hey, we get 1 half red heart here, which gives us perhaps a slightly better chance. 2 hits and we're dead either way. But if we survive, you know, we get another item at the end of this floor. Maybe it'll allow us to make the rest of the game our bitch. I think that's kind of unlikely at this point, but... Oh, god damn it. We're still here. Is the Sis dead? It must be. Maybe one of the bombs hit it. Okay, and again, more pennies. If I could only... This would have been a great run for little Chad to show up, actually. I very rarely say that. In fact, I very more rarely get the item name actually right. I almost always call it Little Chub, but this would have been a great run for little Chad to show up because I've just been whittled down very, very slowly here. Well, more bombs. So hopefully we've got an easy boss fight here. Otherwise, this is likely to be the end. This is likely to be the end, I would say, at this point. We might be able to subsist here. I don't know. Every time we kill these scythes, I think we will... Oh, that's not good. Every time we kill these scythes, though, I think I will get a little bit of rage built up. Just don't get hit again. Let the horse take out the zombies, then you just take out the horse, and that should be easy. Again, we'll let the horse take out the zombies. Oh, the zombies deflected it right into me, but 1-up has brought me back to life. Okay. This is interesting. I actually don't get a bean charge on this one, because I guess I already used it on the last room, and it only charges after you beat a room. More like it only charges after you bean a room. Right? Am I right? So I totally forgot about the 1-up. We actually might have a half-decent chance of survival, but man, what a way to get there, basically. Just pure insanity that we're still alive. Thank you very much. I hate that the zombies deflect the fucking everything. Now, just play it cool. It's all good. How does Fonzie play it? Fonzie plays it cool. We can actually attack him perpendicularly if we want to. Perpendicularly if we need to. There we go, that's good. So, Death should die. Now the horse, wow, that actually worked out kind of okay. So, we get one more item. And again, I can't believe we're still alive. Let's get random.org popped up here. 52. Did we not already get 52? If we did, we'll re-roll it. Growth hormones. Actually, that's a good item. So we'll add item here. Growth hormones. All the way down here. Well, that's Guppy's hairball. I don't want that. Growth hormones. I mean, it's damage and health, or sorry, damage and range, right? We'll see, I guess, when we get down to the next floor. Speed plus damage, okay. Any extra damage upgrade is awesome. Like I told you, I thought we had a better chance to get damage upgrades than normal. We haven't really gotten many damage upgrades, but we've certainly gotten a lot of all stats upgrades proportional to what one normally would. Oh, okay. Let's just skip that room altogether, shall we? If I can get around this whole level without having to go to that heart room, I would be psyched. That pill obviously is not really useful for us. There's a second secret room. Again, this is really valuable for us because it could contain just a fuck ton of red hearts, which would save our lives probably more than once, assuming we didn't lose like 10 on a single room. Instead, it contains a red chest, which contains a troll bomb. Of course it does. let us go down in this way then. Oh man, I walked into the enemies right there, but at the very least I should be able to, yeah, kill a couple of guts here. We still have 2 hits remaining before death becomes a real serious concern. I really would love more red heart drops, but apparently that is not in the cards for us. That is hopefully going to be a good poison fart there. Almost got hit by that spider. And Rage has been our #1 asset so far, I think. It's really helped us a lot Oh, did it poison anybody? How did that not poison anybody? That's crazy. It's really been an asset in allowing us to clear out these rooms quickly. Like, the bean kind of gets our rage to a point where it's procced a little bit, because usually it'll take out an enemy or 2 on each room, unless, I do something silly like this room where it didn't do anything at all. Seriously, a nickel from that champion? The Joker. Sure, let's try it. This could be real interesting. We could just head right down to Shoal, I guess, if we wanted to, but instead, at least this saves us a room of backtracking. Alright, so they played right into my hand. I let them walk into me so I could poison them. That's not actually how I wanted that to go. I did want to poison them all at once because they were close together, but one more hit will kill us, but these guys will drop Spirit Hearts if I can manage to 1v1 this guy. Oh, don't walk into the bomb, please. I think we're going to die on this floor. That should not be controversial. There goes their Spirit Heart, which we just earned. And now it becomes a chess match. There we go. We're still alive. Okay, now we've got 1 hit where we can survive. I apologize for getting really quiet. I'm not... Oh, that was really bad. I'm not intentionally trying to, build drama through silence. I'm more just trying to concentrate here, which is kind of necessary if I'm going to have any chance of survival. It's been a better run than I expected, given the items we've had. I mean, okay, 2 all-stats upgrades is atypical and awesome, but still, that pill could be a huge asset. Like so. Alright, we got in there. Full health. Health down. Alright. Functionally, that's actually not the end of the world. It doesn't make a huge difference. We'll get rid of these nubs. Really should have poisoned the doppelganger, but instead we can just kill him the old-fashioned way. Could have just walked him into the bomb, I guess, but let's do this against Mom's Heart. Do we have any chance of this working out for us? Ooh, it's unlikely, that's for sure. But stranger things have happened, I suppose. Probably. I wish that the bean worked the same way as the blue candle and we could just like constantly spam it during this fight. We will get rage here though. I mean, if we go up to the cathedral, this has been an ungodly successful run, in my opinion at least. We might not beat the game, but just getting this far with what we got and, how handicapped we've been for quite a while now with respect to our health is an accomplishment in and of itself. And it's important to, savor the little things. Get this bomb in there. This is going really well, actually. We can survive 1 more hit, so I'm not super stressed out. The thing I'm stressed out about is if we get hit once, then the rest of this fight is going to seem real on edge. I'm going to try to throw in another bomb here, which might be the death of me, but I really want Duke of Flies to... Oh, wow, actually, we picked up some health, and we're going up to the cathedral, which means another item, which means another probably faint hint of success, 12. That is early on, and that is going to give us blood rights. Blood rights? I don't know if that's... I almost have forgotten what blood rights does. I think it's an active item. So losing the bean is going to be real shitty here, but the laws of random have spoken, so let's head up to the cathedral with blood rights in tow, and I guess I just won't use it because I believe it costs us health and gives us damage as a result. So we're going to have to beat this entire floor without the use of the bean, which strikes me as pretty difficult. Oh man, the frame rate is dropping a little bit. I think that's due to all the alt-tabbing I'm doing, which is yet another reason why we need the Northern Line East computer to be here. But it has been shipped and will probably be arriving before I am back from Sweden, which is good. So let's do this. We have 3 cents, but I'm going to try to skip over some rooms like so. Alright, Monstro 2, I have no problems with you. If I get hit, I'm going to be thinking I'm a piece of shit. I don't know if I'm trying to continue to rhyme, because that would be my prime directive. You thought I was going to say crime, didn't you? What can I say? No, seriously, what can I say? Please help me. I'm running out of commentary here. This is probably like the 200th time I fought Monstro 2 like this, so, at some point, the well just runs dry, shall we say. Do I have any chance of beating Isaac here? Little. Very, very little. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I would love to lie to your face and tell you that everything's gonna be okay, but I don't think that's in the cards for us, sweetie. I'm pretty sure we're in a very bad position. Even if I had full health, I don't know if this would have even the slightest possibility of working out in our favor. So we're gonna find Monstro 2 again. It's not the most exciting mini-boss in the world. I say mini-boss. I guess he's actually a mega-boss. But we have him as just a random mini-boss in this room regardless. I really like when games do this, when they have, like, bosses appear as enemies later in the game. Like when Dark Souls has the Capra Demon just appear as a regular enemy when you get to the Demon Ruins. Or, you know, in Mega Man games, it's like the prototypical example. When you, like, go to the Wily stages and then you have to fight, like, all 8 bosses on 1 life. Using the boss order if you're not so good, or the Mega Buster if you're a god among men, which I am not. Anyway, you are dead, and our boss room is not here, which irritates me because we've got too many enemies. When it's fitting we finally die to the pony head. But in any case, again, I would be remiss if I didn't mention thank you guys for, like, utmost thank you for your continued support in helping me to get where I am today. And, you know, again, this is the elephant in the room, but huge thanks to Edmund McMillan for making a game as endlessly replayable as this. The Isaac series, still going to happen, not going anywhere. I'm still having a lot of fun with it, and runs like this continue to stoke my enthusiasm, shall we say. So in any case, continue suggesting your own challenge runs. I will do the ones I deem most entertaining or appropriate. Big thanks to Dennis Vishers for this numbered list of items. I may do a run like this in the future, but it's a tall order, I think. And in any case, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, you know, whether this is your first episode or your 500th, as it is mine. I really appreciate your support either way. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.